What is up, Jabroni's Archangel here, bringing you clowns my early impressions of the Halo 5 game. Not sure if I'll do a full review or not, and so consider this a review in progress. Not going to talk too much about the story, just to avoid giving away spoilers and not ruining the campaign for those who are interested in the campaign. But I will say it's a good story so far. Haven't beaten it yet, only on mission 6 right now, so far it's good. Won't go too far into details about it. Good writing, good music, the cutscenes are amazing, the graphics and voice acting are top notch. It's a very good story thus far. My only issue with the campaign is the AI of your squad. They're kind of dumb, which is no surprise because usually in-game AI is kind of slow. I mean they are useful at times, but no, they also make really dumb tactical decisions, and you just sit there going, why would you even do that? Also feel they could have gave them more fluid and human-like body movement or head movement. Whenever they talk, their helmets move like C-3PO when he talks. It's like just a twitchy nod instead of like an actual human flow of head movement when speaking. Not a huge fan of there being a revive system. I understand its purpose since it's supposed to be a serious team-centered game, but Halo has never had revives in campaign. But it makes legendary mode way easier, which is another thing I don't like. I don't like making game modes or difficulties easier than they need to be, and revives make it easier than they need to be. But usually in Halo Legendary, if someone dies, they're either they're dead until you clear the area, or until you move back to a far enough point to where the game will respond to that person. Now you just be revived. Now they did balance that out a little bit because you have like a very slow chance of being revived if you're in a shit situation, because the little gauge for revive moves pretty fast. So it is kind of balanced, I guess. Now don't get me wrong, it's still pretty hard even with the reviving. I've had my first boss fight last night, and that mofo fucked us up. It took us about maybe 5-6 tries before I realized there was a platform I could shoot from that did a lot of damage to him. Now the Warden, which is the boss I was fighting, is a really serious and badass character. Do wish the fight against Juma was a boss fight and not just a cutscene. I do feel like there's a lot of opportunities in this game missed for really good boss fights. Speaking of the Warden, there's a lot of redesigns that I love. The Promethean soldiers look different, Knights are bulkier and a lot harder to kill. Prometheans now have a Hornet-like aircraft. The weapons look amazing. I love how each weapon have a clear, different sound than the other, and how each have a really well designed ADS. You aim down the sights. Every weapon has the ability to aim down the sights. They all look special in their own way. Getting into the multiplayer, Warzone is alright. I've only played it once so far, mainly because I've been focusing on the campaign and don't really feel like running solo in it too much. But it's the one game I did play. I put up 25 kills and we dominated those little fucktards. We won like about freaking 500 points. But it seemed like it was taking too long, and it wasn't as fun as it could be. It wasn't as fun as Big Team. I don't know if I didn't have fun because it took so long, or just because I'm more into the high action, high octane of Big Team. It seemed like in Warzone, since the maps are so big, people were just more sitting back, and there's not a lot of engagements going on as you wanted. Play one game of Breakout, which is one of the clips you see in this video, where I ended the game with a double kill. Breakout to me is really fun. It's probably one of the better game modes, one of the best new game modes in Halo 5. It's intense. You gotta have a full squad, or otherwise you might get fucked up because it's very team heavy, and you dying will fuck over your team. And if the light communication will fuck over your team, so it's serious. In terms of like the player movement, there's a lot of new abilities like the little ground pound, which is people thought that was kind of silly. It's not. You rarely ever use it. It's pretty useless considering the fact that your shield will only recharge when you're not using enough energy. So if you're sprinting, your shield won't recover. If you use the ground pound, your shield first off, that takes away your shield. So it's a lot of balance. So if you want to do something like that, which is automatic kill, you can be killed yourself because you have no shields. So I like how they balance a lot of the armor abilities up, and how the armor abilities are tied into your shields. I played 3 or 4 games of Team Slayer, won each match. Have not lost yet in Halo so far. And besides my first match on Orion, I've been beating people's ass and just dominating, getting wins. Orion thus far is the only map I don't even like in the game. It's not because I got my ass beat on, but it's an ugly map and the layout looks kind of crappy. Um, the maps I've played on other than Orion have really good map flow. Map flows well, looks good, the layouts are nice, and they're fun to play on. Just not Orion. Spartans in multiplayer, like I said, the armor is a lot different. The movement is very fluid. They are faster. You feel more like how Spartans should move. Now they do, and now in the TV series and in the movie and in the comics, they move a lot faster than that. But you know, you can only simulate how fast they move in video game so much, and they move fast enough, and you get that impact of how fast they're supposed to move. And if you're a Halo 2 fan, the game has a similar ranking and deranking system to Halo 2, so there's that. A lot of people wanted this back because the previous Halo games since Halo 2 didn't have the same kind of feel when it came to like ranking. It was always easy to rank up in Halo games, and well, won't say always, but after Halo 2, it became really easy to rank with Halo games. There wasn't no real punishment for quitting. So the new system, which is similar to Halo 2, is harder to rank up, and you if you quit or you losing too much, you get deranked. Rep packs are kind of forgettable. They're not anything serious. They're kind of like little cards in Titanfall. They're just there. You won't find it amazing that they're there. They're just there just to be there. There's a lot of armor variations, so customization is good. If I was to give Halo 5 a grade rate now, I'd give it a 9 out of 10, simply because of the bad AI and the missed opportunities for amazing fights in the campaign. If that's too nitpicky, then the game is a 10 out of 10. And if I was call it a 10 out of 10, it would be only the second game I've ever given a 10 out of 10 on this channel. The other being Witcher 3. Anyways, guys, the video has went on long enough. Thank you all for watching. If you're on Halo 5, hit me up. I don't mind a game with anybody, for everybody. If you don't have Halo 5 and you have an Xbox One, you're broke ass and you just go out and buy Halo 5. But of course, if you don't really play Halo games and never really interested into you, I understand why you wouldn't buy it. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.